Hey everyone, I'm Doug,
And I'm Tim.
and welcome to the monthly melt for December with chocolate covered games.
Let's get into some news.
So, the news story I have for the month of December comes out of Australia. An insurance company called NRMA Insurance has produced a board game
Okay.
called Help the Board Game, where players make their way around Australia and you're facing floods, wildfires, tremors, tornadoes, burglars, and bin chickens.
Those bin chickens cause so much property damage.
And you're using the help of what they call a help dome to protect your assets. And the way that you win the game is have the most assets at the end of it. Proceeds from the sale of Help the Game go to the Australian Red Cross, but this game is only limited to Australia. So hopefully, somehow it'll become worldwide and more proceeds can go to help those down in Australia. So I just thought that was a really cool news story.
And for my news story of the month for December, comes out of KickStarer. Big Kid Games, who released a Kickstarter 2 years ago called Sweet Mess, claims they run into some financial issues and are looking to get a co-publishing agreement with AEG to have their latest Kickstarter, Sweet Mess, be released through them. This is highly questionable by some people, considering the Kickstarter itself raised 500% over their market that they were asking for.
Over their goal.
And I just can't imagine another publisher coming in behind this after they've already got the money for the game from all the people and apparently sunk it into publishing already. So I can't see where Big Kids Game will get more finance to get AG behind board with this. So it's highly questionable if this game will ever come out. I can't see it personally. I mean, I said that after their first update, and I said, well, they said they're doing something different. This isn't going to happen.
Yeah, weren't a lot of their updates just they were changing things?
They were constantly scrapping what they had and starting from the beginning. That was their update almost every month for a year there. So didn't have high hopes at the beginning of that one. So we'll see what happens in the future for that. And those were our news stories of December. And with that, let's get into our Kickstarters for the month of December. Let's start with you.
So my Kickstarter for the month of December ended early in December, so it's already funded. And that is Twinkle by V Games. Twinkle is a abstract strategy dice game where you use the dice to build a constellation. A complete game takes 7 rounds, and the players gradually form the constellation by adding 1 die per round. And each player's dice is combined to score victory points according to there are different scoring cards that are added to the game. And then the player with the most victory points at the end wins. It's a quick little game. I think it said it plays 15, 20 minutes.
Okay.
I'm not big into abstract strategy games, but when they're that quick and that good looking, and a lot of reviews I saw on this game just made me really interested in it. So that's Twinkle by V Games.
And my Kickstarter for the month of December is Execution, a card game of adorable capital punishment. I came across this game just based on the artwork itself, as you can see up on the screen there. It has adorable artwork for horrible things that happen to people, such as being drowned or burned at the stake with a happy little marshmallow. This game is all about collecting sets of 3s of each type to gain points, and you can give your lower versions of capital punishment to other people to make them lose points, because you can only have 3 deaths going at the same time. There's things like nail in the coffin. If somebody's getting close to getting a good high scoring execution, you can throw that in there to stop their points at that one. So it's just a fun little game of a terrible, terrible thing.
I didn't see anything about this game, so
It just funded yesterday.
Okay.
So Um, looks like a fun game, and that was our Kickstarters for the month of December, Twinkle and Execution.
All right, so with that, let's move on to a game that we played in the month of December. And I'm going to let you talk about the game that we played.
Okay, the game that we played this past month of December was Awari, which was a surprisingly fun game. It's a game that you and I don't really gravitate towards that often. It was described as a Euro territory control game, is how it was described. And I would say so, because there's multiple ways to score points to keep everybody in it. And the reason I backed this game originally was due to the artwork. As you can see there on the cards, I don't think there's any words in this game, as I recall, because the cards are just symbols and pictures.
Yeah, I mean, the artwork was nice. The map was very well done. The little miniature totem pole.
That's like
thing.
there.
Yep, those. That was really cool. It was, like you said, it wasn't a game that we normally gravitate towards. The rulebook was a little wonky.
Yeah.
At first, I think we got it figured out. The two-player game does use a third AI, which I believe we had the AI win.
No, you won it. He came in second.
Okay.
I came because I was making the AI hard.
I know that at one point the AI was way ahead of us, because as you're playing with the two-player game, you both control
You take turns.
the AI, the third person. So you're trying to use that third person to block the opponent. So it may be hurting your opponent, but it's helping that AI.
Yep.
And, as we're going through and we're scoring points, and the AI is just racking up points, and I'm going, oh no. But I would like to play it with, 3 or 4 people.
Absolutely.
Again, wasn't a game we gravitate towards, at least that I normally don't gravitate towards, but I really enjoyed it.
Oh yeah, the game came with, I think, 6 boards, all double-sided. At least the deluxe version I got. I don't know if they come in the standard one. Like you pointed out there, the totems play a big part of scoring, because that's where a lot of your end game. They only play a factor in end game scoring.
Yeah.
The little huts that you see on the screen there. Let's see if my little laser pointer feature works out. These are what each player is playing. They have their own. You place them down. You try to get them connected as many as you can, because that scores you points.
Yeah.
You want them.
And again, when you're playing with just 2 and you're placing those for the AI,
Yep.
That really can hinder you in the long run.
Absolutely. So I thought it was actually a very tough game at 2 players because of that.
Yeah. But like you said, with having many more boards with different setups, I'm looking forward to playing this game a bunch over the year and really digging into it.
Yeah, hopefully I expect to see this game being played live on this channel sometime down the road, hopefully, when we figure out how to do that. So that was the game we played for the month of December. The game again was Awari.
All right. And let's move on to the final thing here today. Our off topic. And what did you want to talk about off topic today?
Well, off topic, of course, since it's December, everybody's thinking about the new year 2021, and everybody want to get to it. We're currently in it right now as we film this. Everybody makes New Year's resolutions. Those are always the big things for at the end of the year. So I was going to discuss some of our New Year's resolution, maybe yours or our channels or just in general.
What's your New Year's resolution personally?
Personally, that's a tough one. I want to do, I've been doing a lot of walking this past year, so as many people, since there was nothing to do most of the year and nowhere to go. So I actually been getting into walking this past year, and I actually want to see how far I can walk in a 24-hour period. So I know sometime this year I want to take one day and see how far I can walk just in 24 hours as my personal
resolution.
That's the word.
What about So then we'll bring it out board gaming in general, not channel related, but board gaming.
Board gaming, buy less Kickstarters. I think that's my board game resolution.
Most people would say buy more.
Well, see, this ties into my financial resolution of not being poor. Those really go hand in hand. Lack of paying for Kickstarter and,
So buying less Kickstarters means you have more money.
Yeah. I think there's a financial game out there about that.
Probably. If not, you should make one.
I think it's being made in Australia called Help. Help not buy Kickstarters.
So then what about channel? What is your channel resolution?
I think my channel resolution is to film videos both in English and Spanish when I do box openings. I've been taking Spanish now for 2 years. I should be able to do a box opening, record it in English, and do it in Spanish later.
Okay.
I think it's a good idea. People love board games that speak other languages.
Okay.
Personally, I don't know them, but I'm sure they're out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, see?
Okay.
That's a great goal.
Sure.
Well, then what's your channel resolution if it's...
My one for the channel would be to just be more active and get more videos out. Things that we've talked about, some segments I'd like to do. I'd like to do like thrift store games that we find, just weird games. And there was another one I've talked about multiple times and I don't remember now off the top of my head that I want to do.
Was it Buy It or Burn It?
No, but I would like to get into doing reviews. Hopefully that'll start this year. But I just would like to see the channel expand.
Okay, and then personal.
I normally don't come up with New Year's resolutions.
Always gotta try better.
But I guess that would be to try. I don't know.
You've achieved all your goals in life that you don't need to achieve no more.
Well, I guess my New Year's resolution should be to get my business up and going again.
Yeah, that'd be a good one.
Due to this year losing all the events for my business and basically closing it, I guess my resolution should be working hard to, once things get up and going, to get back into events.
Mm-hmm.
And being more mean to my brother.
Yeah, that's an easy one.
Since I'm so nice to him.
Those were our off topics for the month of December. Thank you for watching. Please help us out with this channel by leaving a comment in the comment section about future off topics so we don't have to think of one.
Yeah, let us know what you'd like to hear about. If you have suggestions for games we should play that we can talk about as a game we play for the month, just any suggestions, any feedback's great. And thank you for watching again, like you said.
Yeah. Once again, mi amo es Tim.
And I'm Doug.
Adios.